that update just came out? Because I was just having to look them up by number earlier.
Yeah, I just got the download. So, but we can still do it on Protic if it's just more convenient that way. You're already here.
I'll do it mainly because they have the list. But if someone could have the app opened just in case there's discrepancies or buffs that we missed. Yeah, because that happens all the time. Okay, so there's going to be the same kind of MP purchasable or farmable kind of thing, similar to the keys in Dragon Key Heroes. You can pick one up, you get one for free. Interestingly enough, and I hope they do this for all future events, they lined up the monthlies. And for all of us who are savvy, we kind of all knew Faeries was probably coming out on Friday because the monthlies line up, and it makes scheduling really weird because if they don't do it this month, they have to wait a month if they're going to keep the monthlies the same. So most of us were knowing this was coming, and we're also dreading it because Gung Ho Collab was actually good.
Even Heroin.
Oh gosh.
Heroin is so late now. Heroin came before Gung Ho Collab.
It's just like...
no, Heroin is super late. Heroin has such good buffs.
Yeah, I've been wanting. I want that Chocule assist equip so bad.
Dude, the Romia buff is bonkers for sure at 3 if you play.
Well, you know the Chocule assist equip eases up my team building so much on my Mia team. I don't even know why I'm playing Mia team without the Chocule assist equip. It's that frustrating because I could just switch Amlinea, get the extra skill boost and my 2-time extend, get rid of shelling forward and throw Chocule on, and boom, we in business. We've got it.
Yeah. I've watched you play the Mia team. I tried Mia like half a second. I was like, nope.
It's so punishing. Like you make one mistake and you're just dead. It's the same thing as the Rainbow team, just dead. But I'm gonna do a Mia highlight eventually. I think she's a really versatile leader. She's just SR3 is a challenge right now, and I think she's gonna be an absolutely amazing sub. I don't know for who yet. I think she's quite good for Phillis, which we're about to talk about. All right. So our 7 stars, we've got 3 of them, kind of Mystics and Spectres style. They're red, blue, and light this time. We've got 8 6 stars, and they're going to be interspersed into a rem, but there's a twist. This rem will actually have Godfest exclusives in it, and they change by week. So the schedules are posted on Facebook. I don't think they're the same schedule as Japan because I don't think in the past we had exactly the same schedules as Japan. But the rates should be similar. So definitely if you're hunting for some of the GFEs and you have enough self-control not to roll in the first week, you might want to wait. Sophie isn't until week 4. I do not have self-control. I will not be waiting until week 4.
Mode. I need Sophie.
I want her so bad. And guess what? Guess what, Omss?
Yeah.
She's in the 9-Stone Godfest that starts too.
It hurts to think about.
So I'm hoping that I land my Rosalyn and Phillis in like 1 or 2 packs, and then I can roll the Godfest a few times and get Sophie, and I will be happy as a clam. Like I'll just be, oh man, it'll be as good as when I rolled Mia for my bundle.
I also wonder how Cecilia being released early will impact the lineup.
Oh, that's true.
I don't saying it's different.
Unless they did not include Cecilia in the lineup.
I didn't even think about that. It might be a little different just because of the extra GFE. Okay, so what is your take on Rosalyn, Iroh, and Omss? How do you feel about the new red 7-star? And I guess I'll add my iOS screen so that I guess I will bring up the screen so we could see the animations, because the animations are really nice.
So I'm kind of sad that Marvel not here and probably will not be here. However, Rosalyn, it's just such a yes card.
He is really nice.
You get added, you get a really hefty 70% shield. You get added combos and you get auto FUA.
And it's a automatic 7x6, so none of that lead swapping nonsense either.
Exactly. It also has VDP damage, so if you're so you don't need to bring an active for that. Rosalind
And
can provide damage for it.
her active is a damage buff, and as we saw, things that spam damage buff every single turn, kind of strong.
Kind of
Pretty
strong, yeah. And that's one problem with Mia. Mia's amazing, but you have to time all of your active buffs. You have to time the Haomaru, you have to time the Rider Zero, and you can see that sometimes you need one every turn. Dungeons are so demanding now that you kind of need to hit like 2 double damage cap subs to be consistently safe.
She also gens her own leader skill activation.
She does.
Very important.
The only problem is if you get like a full heart board like Parvati, then you need a different active.
We'll preview a team idea I have for her, and you know how I solved that problem, Iroh?
Mm-hmm.
I just one-shot Parvati.
Oh,
easy.
What
Easy.
a concept.
Well, see, you can do something similar to what we do with like the Oak and the Knot, right? Because they also can't transform hearts, so just have like a delay or something. So, or
I mean, she's green, Rosalyn's red. I'm gonna just hit her for 15 billion damage.
Yeah. I think at that matter what the color is so high. The only thing that matters, I think, otherwise, even if it was anything other than blue, because Rosalyn gonna damage cap no matter what.
Oh yeah.
And a box and with 2 leaders,
With
4
tacos.
fire combo enhanced. Like
I'm not even
just
bothering the
damage
VDP on the
Easy.
team build I have. Actually, I'm looking kind of more to do Rose.
just throws.
and,
Okay.
and because the leader skill invites you to proc tacos. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
You have
it's
so
a
much
row
damage.
plus 1 combo is double damage cap on almost any viable damage sub, and even with Rudra, I think Rudra was hitting like 1.5 billion with a row plus 1 red combo.
Yeah.
It's just
So
absolutely insane.
let's
And
talk about
her-
this.
Her base attack is really high, so
Yeah,
damage on her. Not
good stats.
Another kind of quality of life thing that you need to do is like bring an unbind equip on her, because she's
Yep.
not.
Yeah, I was
Naturally bindable?
gonna mention that all 3 of the new 7 stars are bindable in all of their forms. So not only do you have to worry about them being bound on the first turn, you have to worry about them being bound throughout the entire dungeon. And I think that's a trend with a lot of the cards in this set, is that bind equips are primo, and there are some nice bind equips.
I was
that
looking
you can put
into
on these.
into a Rosalyn build for sure. 3. I remember Aki posted a vid, and I was just like, well, you could just use a Makozumi. It's kind of
Mako's good. I think the premium card is going to be Madu Hat. Big stats,
If
big
If you're
HP.
going for Rose,
I'm going for Rose, but then it's also just Rosalyn equip herself.
Even
which
I
is
don't. I
kinda
think.
rare, but-
I think. Even above a Makozumi, just because your HP is naturally quite low, that the stat transfer actually ends up being a bigger impact than the 1 extra team HP.
to just have Rosalind assist on herself.
Yeah,
Rosalind
basically.
assist on herself is also really strong, but
Yeah, it's
like
just-
that's kind of
That's
Yeah.
5% chance to drop is insane low.
all right.
I would rather
so-
pair with that than try to make one myself.
Now with Royal Oak and Nautilus, what we saw is this 25 turn cooldown followed by a 6 turn cooldown to get fully online. And we are seeing a different approach here. It's a very short
like
12 turn cooldown to
You
do
don't
the first
need
transform.
you don't need as many skill boosts, but the payoff comes later.
Yes, the payoff comes much later, because as you can see, we're going to scroll down. The second transform for each of these new ones is 10 turns. So you guys who love seeing transform leaders in 3-player, it's getting better. It's going to be full 10 turns after they transform. And not only that, if they actually do manage to transform, these leaders, Rosalyn's actually really troll, because she locks the Fire Skyfall for 20 turns.
I guess in that case, like Parvati wouldn't be an issue.
Oh yeah, Parvati's not even really that big of an issue.
It would be even less of an issue, I guess.
Yeah, but my main solution is just kill her, because
even,
if you don't just kill her, I think you're gonna put her into execute anyway.
Yeah, I think also like the first transform leader skill is pretty hefty by itself, even. So I
It
mean,
is.
you're not exactly missing as much.
No, and if you were using her as a sub, you would literally be damage capping with a flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
777C and a box.
And 3.5 attack.
Which is really good.
Yeah, she's gonna be hitting really hard. But yeah, her leader skills is low on the attack multiplier, but everything else is fine. You've got the auto Fua, you've got a plus combo, you've got a 60% shield
ways to amplify your damage, and even the whole team's damage. So
and 60% shield is adequate for everything up until
a lot of things.
Until
84%
the Remdras. The Remdras are when the 60% stops being adequate. So yeah, if you proc the Remdra, 50% super resolve, they hit you very hard. I learned that when team building with Mia, like, I didn't know I was gonna die there, because I'd always auto-fooed them.
Yeah, but having also like having a shield that's as like almost as big as Mikage is just like
and it's only a combo based shield.
Yeah, so even if you have no orbs, you can still activate it. You can't stall. It's not
matching.
And you have like, and there's like almost no excuse not to like make 9 combos since you're on 7x6.
It almost makes you want to bring a low cooldown, no Skyfall active, so you could actually control your stalling. Like,
yeah, but for Departure Tower, I think you're gonna need a little bit more.
I don't think you'll beat it with. I don't think you'll beat it with Rosalyn. I think you'll beat it with Hibiscus Starbloom. I think the dungeon will be over.
Yeah, might need another event for that.
With a flower.
For consistent clears.
The base cards don't have any skill boost, right?
Yeah, I think they have nothing. I think it's a hot nothing. Yep, it's just a little bud. And I think that's the balance here. That's why it's only 12 turns, because they bring nothing into the dungeon.
Skill boost.
Yep. Other than the 7x6 board. What that means is these some of these higher cooldown transform cards that you would like to bring as subs are very difficult to bring.
Yep.
Because you're going to be hitting about most of the team builds I've done. Maybe I'm not focusing on skill boosts because I only need 12. I have only 15-ish skill boosts on them.
To get a lot more than that, you need to go out of your way and bring like specifically high subs.
So
the fact that your leaders bring 0, getting much higher than some.
Now, Rosalyn will probably remind everyone a lot of another really powerful card, and that's Nautilus, and that's because we are double dipping on both our awakenings and our active skill. So the more red tacos we stack, the more damage we deal naturally by comboing, and the more the active skill buffs for.
And the less you need the combo in order to like cap on everything.
Yeah, and it's so easy to bring in other passive forms of damage too. Like you just bring in the 5 red OEs. You could bring in some rows very easily because red row equips are quite good and quite versatile.
Even over 50s now, since like you probably won't be taking that much damage all the time. That's just like a lot of good passive damage.
And if you're building even with the over 50s in mind, a lot of the floors you're gonna one-shot them anyway. So any of the floors that don't have super resolve, the over 50s could be good for like speed builds. All right, this is. I actually didn't care for this assist equip as much. I think it's really luxury.
Yeah,
the hibiscus
like having one is
specimen.
fine, but you don't. Both leads don't need both.
The active skill, I guess, guarantees that something dies, right?
Yeah,
you get a free box and 4x attack.
When I was looking at it, I was like, I want it more for its awakening. It's actual active.
Yeah, but maybe Cloud will come back into play. But right now, like we go, oh, Cloud, it's usually just 2 spots on the board. We just ignore it.
Does Faeries have any big clouds? Because
I don't like to obsess over the dungeons before they're. Yeah, maybe I'll after tonight I'll start looking, but I'll get burned out before the dungeon even gets here.
It's like a 2x2, so it's
Oh, so it's pretty easy.
It's
Yeah.
pretty manageable.
It's those like full 2 rows of clouds and stuff that get rough.
Yeah.
Or clouds plus spinners, because even like if you get a spinner and a 2x2 cloud, it could be pretty tough. Okay,
Yeah.
next one is the hydrangea, which is Natsuru.
Natsuru, yes.
I feel like blue got a little shafted again in some ways, because I think Royal Oak, I like Royal Oak better than Nautilus, and in some ways I think he's stronger. But what if he were blue rose instead of Els? He would be really good in my opinion, because there's some amazing blue row equips.
You can invite a lot of things to the table with Rose.
Instead, we've got Els, which is slightly better than TPAs, and soon to be slightly worse than TPAs.
Yeah, 1.7.
So TPAs will get buffed to 1.7, where Els. And for people who don't know, the reason why Els and TPAs are kind of not great, only the orbs that were part of the match get the multiplier. So that's why rows are crazy, because you match your row and you just throw this damage multiplier across your entire team for that attribute. And Natsuru's issue is that she doesn't synergize with the damage awakening at all. Her attack buff is based on the number of heart OE awakenings you have,
Which the leaders have 5 each. So.
Yeah, and at 5 you've already got enough for the general team. And so stacking these feels kind of bad. You basically need every sub to be as good as Natsuru. Essentially double 10
The one
C
thing
VDP.
to consider is her leader skill multiplier is not bad at 2x.
Yes, her leader skill multiplier is much higher than Rosalyn. And I think
Even
she's
higher than Oak.
I still think she's really good. She's very strong. If you also look, her active skill is a little better than Rosalyn in some ways, because it does make hearts.
Yeah.
And I think that's significant. Also, she has an actual auto Fua. So that is significant too.
Her leader skill gives her a heart OE. Because at 3x HP with no RCB buff, you're going to struggle to heal back up without heart OE.
Yeah.
Or TPA hearts. Yeah.
So some things to consider. You can't stall while awoken bound at all. You're toast. You have to make there's no awoken bind stalling to be done with her. Also 3x effective HP with no shield, in my opinion, is kind of low. Like, look at Cody, who came out with Street Fighter. He's got a 3.2 effective HP. Why did she only get 3x effective HP? I think but she's cute. She's got really good art. And I've been looking at the Velkhana build, and it seems all right. And he brings the effective HP up even more because, or is he just 3x? I thought he was more.
Is he just 3x? I can look.
I know that he was accidentally 8x when he first got released.
He is 2x.
Velk is 4 effective, so he's 2x and a 50%.
Okay,
yeah.
Yes.
And guess what? Natsuru actually pairs quite well with Royal Oak. So if you've already invested into your Oak team, she's not a terrible pairing. You can run this just fine, because she's going to, in general, give you enough orbs to activate Oak as well. So she's a
great healer.
And yeah, she's a good healer. You could even run her as a sub, couldn't you? I don't know if you'd want to. You don't need 3 attack buffs.
The lack of skill double Oak team.
I know that I would consider running her as a sub on a Shizu Oak if I still didn't have Oak, because she covers that other side of having an attack buff every turn. Though I would probably just put the Shizu as a sub and run her as the lead.
That's probably better.
Okay. The assist equip. I think it's a little weird.
So
it doesn't really fit her as well as Rosalyn's assist equip does.
Yeah.
And there is a card that you could roll for free from Gung Ho that has a similar awakening set. It doesn't have the bind resist, right?
Oh, the Helen.
Yeah, Helen, the Tragic
Yeah.
Princess, has a greater than 50 and 2 blue OEs, and that's free. However, this is going to get used in farming.
Yeah, I think being a triple cleric and covering HP, and then also on top of that,
Bypassing damage void shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to get used for farming for sure. So you will see this in some kind of farming build. With really whale, but I think you're going to end up seeing it.
It sort of competes slightly with like Bride Yuri equip, which will be released in the future, but like she kind of does her own thing.
I saw Bride Yuri as a pairing for her, but I don't know Bride Yuri very well.
Wait, well, Bride Yuri is actually pretty good. It has fixed 10 seconds, and then has a 65% shield and 3 times recovery for water.
Oh, okay.
If you match 6 linked water orbs, you get 16 times attack, and then you add 2 combos.
Okay. Yeah, so she covers the recovery issue that Natsuru can have, even with the hard OEs.
And it doesn't, and then it prevents the team from dying from over 100% grabs.
Oh, that's true too. Man, you gotta worry about gravities.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, double Natsuru pairing. Can you even survive Light Hexazeon? Or Dark Hexazeon? Is there any... Like, you have to come with a gigantic shield.
I mean, yeah.
Like, it has to be a 75% shield or better to even stand a chance.
I mean, you'd have 9 times, which is insane, but...
It's a 360% gravity. So that means it's just short of killing you through the 75% shield anyway.
Yeah.
I'd have to do the math to see how much HP you actually need to live. Okay. The one that I'm really excited for Rosalyn, but I think I might end up playing Phillis more because crosses are fun. And this is probably the best cross leader we've ever gotten by far.
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't really gotten too many good cross leaders, so she is exciting for that.
Yeah, this is like Yashimaru Karama on crack, right?
The utility that she provides is just insane.
Bonkers. She covers follow-up attack, 2 seconds move time, 100% blind resist, 100% poison resist, and also brings 4 crosses, so blind Skyfall doesn't exist either.
Isn't that like 12 like turns per cross?
Yeah, and so if you're running Phillis as a pair,
24 turns.
Yeah, you could.
Cross,
yeah, with 3 crosses, you almost clear a 99 turn blind Skyfall.
Yeah, like Perseus wouldn't be an issue in Ultra then.
So let's talk about her big weakness. And her big weakness is that she reminds us of cards like oh man, why is it leaving Nadeko? And if anyone who's played Nadeko and ASR2 knows that you just get randomly trolled by orb colors sometimes, because she doesn't make orbs, she changes orbs. She changes fire to light, so you rely on fire orbs to be on the board.
Like even as well.
The one nice thing about her though is that she shields just combos. So
yes, that was what I was going to mention. And 3.6 effective HP. That's really high. Like, it's not Nautilus and Royal Oak high, but that's really high. So she also got the best active skill, in my opinion, of the ones who change from the beginning.
Yeah.
So her first transform is 2 turns haste. And then she has the best awakenings after that because she's all utility focused, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if you're using her as a sub right off the bat, you've got like the good stuff. The only thing you're missing is the follow-up attack.
Covering 2 different hazards is huge.
And I'm wondering, like, how you actually use the second active skill, though. But
I feel like you'd have to time it well enough, but it depends on the team that you're using. You may not need it.
Yeah, it could be a good setup to have for the Parvati Minerva floor on SR3 if you're using it as a sub.
You just have to time it correctly.
Yeah, if you're blazing through that dungeon, like you're killing things like pretty much every turn you attack, this will be up like just in time, actually. So, yeah, this could be a solution for teams that don't revolve around VDP. All right, her leader skill, let's go back to it. It's 18x. So it's funny that some of these active skills are getting so bonkers that we see 18x and we're not just immediately turned off. So, because now, like, a lot of times the minimum for a good leader now is
like 20.
20.
Apparently.
Yeah. But when I was testing damage, the thing that holds her back is there are light subs with blue sub attribute going into the dungeon are not good. That's like the hardest thing I have team building for her. You've got like Lagia Cruz and Gintoki and New Year's Kepri, and that's like about it. So she boosts for each cross awakening, so you've got that nice damage synergy with the cross awakening. Are you guys gonna play her? Do you like crosses?
I personally normally don't like crosses, but I am excited to try her because her leader skill is actually a cross skill that's not like where you have to do like 50 different crosses.
Yeah, you could do one and hit 2 billion on everybody. To get the double damage cap, you usually want to do 2.
I've had a lot of fun with Torrigon, but if I happen to roll her, I wouldn't mind like using her as a sub if like at the least. It's not like trying out crosses again.
And she brings 4 seconds in her awakenings if you're pairing with her. She does not have an auto Fua though, so you are running crosses and having to do a follow-up attack. And it's really easy to fit 3 or 4 crosses in, even with that. But it is time consuming and you will have to practice your cross game. The combo counts you hit are absolutely obscene though. Like, yeah. You hit,
and every combo is increased damage, so like damage.
Yeah, you hit like 25 combo easily
with naturally.
Yeah, it's because you're getting +6 combo per cross if you're self pairing. This leader's gonna be really fun. And the cross guy on Reddit, I forget his name, the Karen Kazuki guy. I want to know his opinion on him, on Phillis, because he's got to be ecstatic, right? This is the most cross-viable leader ever, by far. She even has the follow-up attack built in, so you don't even have to team build around that. I was originally team building like, I gotta fit in follow-up attack.
No.
Never mind.
Nope. And I think she maybe got the best assist equip.
All I'm waiting for, basically, is Exodia, specifically for her.
Yeah, Exodia is very good. Yeah, very good for her. But we've got some other interesting cards too. Like Sandalphon isn't terrible. D Karen is actually like my double damage cap of choice at the moment.
Randomly got crosses.
Yeah, she got 2 crosses, so she hits big numbers. So I think she got the best assist equip. I like the cross awakening that's actually on a useful equip. It comes with 2 team RCVs and a skill boost or a skill delay. Skill bind resist. Yes, that. And a lot of these teams struggle to get skill bind they need. I know Rosalyn only hits 60% naturally without assist equips for most teams. Because I think Rudra doesn't have skill bind either.
Oh, that's fun.
All right. Okay, so we are done with the 7 stars. I think we're going to try to burn through the 6 stars a little faster because we're already running really long.
SPR. Just look, yeah.
A lot of these 6 stars are built for the 7 stars. Like, it's very clear that they're made for the 7 stars. And
I was looking at Narcis for Phillis, but
yeah. One thing that is a little kind of triggering, though, is that they had the same sub attribute as the 7 star that they pair with. So that was something I noticed. I'm like, man, I want to fit this on here. Oh no, it has the same sub attribute, but at least they have sub attributes.
So if you wanted to try to build for SR3, it would be a little bit more restrictive.
Yes, yeah, it's very restrictive, or you have to go with an off-color sub. What is her number? 7331 for Phillis.
Oh, PHI.
Yeah. Oh, I like the Y. They killed the
P-
Y. All right.
Or PHY? Yeah.
Sekka. Sekka packs 3 hard OEs after transforming. She gives you 2 turns of that rehaste that you want. She covers 2 SBRs, but you see she's bindable, and she has the same colors, so it makes SR3 team building tougher. But this is like a lot of what you want with this team. This is not enough of a shield to get past the big gravities, but it'll get past like the 100% gravities. Yeah, in fact, that's a good point. It does feel good to roll this and get subs to actually help your teams. With Syndragon and Key Heroes,
it's kind of like a mismatch.
And same thing with Mystics and Specters. You don't feel like you're rolling things that actually help your team. Even though they're really good, you don't get something to think, man, that's an awesome card for Mikage. Yeah. That didn't really happen. So yeah, you're right there. The assist equip, I think, is not strong at the moment because healer killers aren't very viable. Maybe it's more viable in MD because I know at least Green Albert is healer, but I'm not sure what else. But this is a 3-turn shield, and we don't have a lot of those.
Yeah.
And this brings a lot. I think this is a great assist equip, and hopefully you get multiples of all of these if you're rolling heavy, so you get to have both. All right.
It's lower than Shura 3 difficulty.
Lower than Shura 3 difficulty, but also think that like the preamps are pretty huge.
I heard in general MD is easier if you have a team that can clear it. Like if you have a team that can clear Shura 3 is still really hard.
Yeah, it still tests you the whole way through.
Yeah, like spinners and blind skyfall and all that stuff mixed together, and it's just relentless. MD, I think there's lots of spinners, but I from everything I've heard people say, it's more on the level of Alt Shura 2. And Alt Shura 2 is extremely difficult, but it's not as difficult as Shura 3. All right, this card I'm really excited about. I might have to bust out the green team to just watch this absolute unit of a card deal damage.
Jeez.
Okay, so this is Venus Flytrap, our Olnea, and she starts with 2 skill boosts and does a 3-turn delay, so 5 effective skill boosts. That's actually quite good. And then when she transforms, she's just oops all damage. All 9 awakenings are damage, and her active skill is damage.
What's that? You needed more damage?
So I guess you could run 2 of these as a system. You could. I don't think you would really need to.
Have like 1 minute move time every turn.
I mean,
yeah.
This completely... yeah, that's fair. You bring 2 of these, you've completely solved damage and move time for forever on your green team. Technically, you probably don't need to worry about Orb Troll either, because you're Skyfalling greens.
I do feel like the leader skill is a little bit sus, because you have to match wood and dark. And you have to match at least 2 of those. But if you want to accomplish different things, you can only focus on wood or dark.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't bring her as a leader. I was thinking as a sub. But I didn't even realize that you had to match dark. Is that real? Is that a typo?
I feel like that isn't a typo. If you want to add combos, you match a bunch of wood. But if you want the damage and the shield, you match dark. But we'll see when the dungeon comes out. I feel like they would want you to match dark combos for the added combos?
You get the combos with the
And then-
wood.
And then damage with
You get the
That's-
damage.
green?
You get the damage and the shield with the dark.
I'd want that to be with wood, but we'll have to see.
Yeah,
That
that makes her a lot less appealing. as a
Yeah,
leader.
she's not. I don't think she's a viable leader because her active skill actually like could potentially keep you from getting the dark orbs you need because it makes the wood Skyfall locked. So even if you bring like a system that makes your greens and darks consistently, it has to also unlock the board. And then what was the point of you? I guess the Skyfall locked is so that it's a lower cooldown because Skyfall lock cooldown is a negative, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if it was the opposite where the dark combos gave you the extra combos, like that would be fine. Bonus if you have 6 darks.
But this
But
is like
you're being punished.
this is a silly card to put with like Guile and Nadeko and stuff. Like, it seems fine. 5 effective skill boosts seem great, and then this when you're after you've transformed.
Damage.
I'm also really excited about this assist equip. Again, this assist equip is crazy good.
Delay with a Ace Awaken jammer resist
And 40% jammer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This is just all good stuff. Like,
very offensively advantageous.
but it also covers RCV debuffs.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's on a 12 turn cooldown as well, so it's a fairly low cooldown.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is the poison Skyfall meta. Is it here? Does this guy actually bring it? Probably not, but you'll probably see this guy in 3-player dungeons. All right, this is Dino.
When I saw him, I thought it kind of looked fun.
He does look
Dino,
fun. He does look fun.
Yeah.
And I know there's like a Shinobu thing, right? Where you run 3 Shinobus or something.
Mm.
Yuck. And then, but you could also do Bakura and stuff like that. And his active skill, I feel like this is really niche and could eventually be used somewhere. A gravity with basically Fua coverage could be used at some point. So I definitely want one of these just for the active skill. Because, you know, like Menuet gets used on teams in some of these like 3-player builds.
And then to top it all off, it's like sort of a rainbow lead, but it's really just
Yeah.
just fire dark.
Yeah, it's the classic
Yeah.
dark rainbow, but actually it's mainly
But it's
just
really
dark.
it's Bakage, but like
Yeah, so he voids poison damage, obviously. And he's 2.3 all stats with, I'm guessing that's a 25% shield because it says slightly.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Plus
25.
3 combos.
and he pairs with Araragi. So
Yeah.
pairs quite well with Araragi.
And on a 2-turn cooldown, RCB buff, and
Yeah, you junk up the board for the
Arts.
next person in 3-player.
Yeah.
Because you don't even
Yeah,
need to
Waifu-
match the poison. You could just leave them.
Some of his awakenings are a little
Whoa.
bit questionable. Like
The poison
I
help.
understand that like there's guard break because it's like sort of rainbow oriented, but then there's like VDP and it's like it's your match.
And an L.
well, since
And a
you
cloud.
just need the
The
poison,
two colors and you
he,
just need 2 colors, and I understand that. But
I want to play this guy, but he's got some weirdness about him. But he seems very strong. If you guys wanted to play the poison meta, this is the closest thing you have.
I'll just pair him with Hell and just just go at it.
There you go.
All right, the assist Evo. They put the poison Skyfall at the end. Oh no, but you can't assist equip.
No, I mean, you
fully
have to
awakened.
fully awaken anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, this awakening is awful. Like this assist equip is so terrible.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's so bad. Okay.
8-turn Fujin assist? I feel like it's kind of good.
Okay, so this is my problem with the poison meta, is that you, instead of having Poison Skyfall and Poison Awakenings, you could just have another dark combo.
I mean, I think like if you were to run Bakura again once Yu-Gi-Oh comes back, it would be pretty cool to have.
Oh yeah, I think the team will be really good, but also like there will be those times where you hit the Bakura button and you have 4 Dark Orbs and 16 Poison Orbs and 10 Hearts, and you're just like, I guess I deal no damage this turn. And the reason why this assist equip is bad is because it's niche to the point of can't be used on most teams, because you don't want to junk your board up with random Poison Orbs.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't. Okay. Shuri. I'm so excited for this card. Yep. So she is a mushroom. She gives you a small shield, but mainly she's actually bind resist, where a lot of these cards aren't. Covers blind. Is obviously like a perfect fit for Rosalyn if you don't care that they have the same sub attribute.
Right.
And
that's really good damage.
Well, it's the same idea as self-bearing, right?
Yeah.
Well, look at this active skill for Rosalyn teams, though. Remember that Rosalyn doesn't make hearts?
Yeah.
This card was clearly made to go on a Rosalyn team.
And
she's
the unlock on a 2-turn cooldown can be very
well, yeah,
important.
she's weak. Rosalyn is weak to lock as well.
It's like a nice horse.
It's
like a horse that is designed specifically for Rosalyn.
It covers blind, covers a little bit more time to deal with that 7x6 board. 2 more tacos. A hard OE isn't wasted at all. Yeah, this, and she's balanced, so you could put any killer you want on her. But also her assist equip is just absolutely ridiculous for Rosalyn teams. You need exactly 40% SBR for a lot of teams that you build with her, and it's covered.
Another ace.
And another ace, and a 5-turn 50% shield.
Wow.
Along with 2/3 cleric.
Yeah.
The important 2/3.
And as somebody who runs Alina assist a lot in my Sure 3 runs, having a multi-turn shield like 4 or 5 turns is really strong for a lot of different.
Yeah.
So you don't have to play it safe.
Yeah.
You just like, if you mess up, you just do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
As for Phillis cleric, I feel like I was looking at Almighty's use dark color. I don't know if that was something interesting to look at.
Well, you could always just use Lagia Cruise.
Yeah, I also was looking at Lagia Cruise.
I wish I had Lagia
right?
Cruise.
The triple cleric, full triple cleric.
Yeah, I don't have him, and it hurts a lot of team building. I do. Yeah. I rolled for him and couldn't get him.
Get him. I got one. So.
All right. Next is Maria, who is definitely made for our blue fairy. Natsuru. She gives you tons of water skyfall. This active is a little weak, I feel. It gets canceled out a lot. Yeah. Like, obviously, one of the better blue subs in the game right now is Shizamaru, and he immediately ruins that for you because he causes the red skyfall. I also think she's a little awkward. Rose plus VDPs are a little awkward, but hey, they end up being good sometimes. Like, I think Rider Zero is a really good fit on a lot of light teams. But this cooldown seems really good.
Yeah, this is like Palone, except like you can use it like even if it doesn't have any.
And any of these floors where you run into a super resolve, but they're delayable, but they have bad stuff that they trigger. This is on a really short cooldown. So bam, you hit it, you delay it, you knock its super resolve off, kill it next turn.
Yeah.
And Ensure 3 delay is so powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful.
Yeah, I wish I could run 2 delays on like every team. It makes team building so easy.
This would be awesome with like if she was green, because Nanos would just like love her instantly.
Oh yeah, 3 green rows and 4 VDPs.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's definitely Nautilus bait if she were green. But she's blue.
She's not.
She's not. Her assist equip.
Yeah.
This assist equip I think is quite strong. It's a double Fujin with 4 rows on it.
But also, 4 rows are
on an 8-turn cooldown. Like that's a really.
It gives you that nice benefit of the 99-turn water skyfall, which water orbs appear locked. Actually, that's different, and I like it better than I think.
Competes quite heavily with Zordon there with the rows.
Yeah, it does. It is. Zordon has bind resist instead of SBRs. So I think that's the trade-off there. If you need the SBRs, this is like really great. All right. The next one.
Actually, this also does compete very hard with Charon equip. The new Charon equip, which has unbind and 4 rows, but then also voids damage absorb and attribute absorb.
Really?
Although it's 20-turn cooldown.
I haven't looked at Sharon's one.
It's
yet.
basically Zella equipped with blue.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue has a lot of equips that address this same thing, but this is something that you hopefully just pick up by rolling this machine anyway, where Sharon is a top tier machine and a machine that kind of feels bad to roll, especially if you've been playing for a while.
Mm.
All right, Pansy Star Bloom. This card is really interesting to me. I am so angry that it has a green sub attribute. I was like, holy crap, is this it? Is this the thing that makes Amlinea be able to stomp SR3? And it's not, because if you're doing Amlinea pair, they don't have a sub attribute. This doesn't have a sub attribute. So now you're having to run something off color, which makes your damage low. And this still might be my solution for Amlinea. We'll see. But I'm really excited about this. It does have some rehaste. It only brings 2 turns total.
But the active on transform is just insane.
This is the closest thing we get to that one from My Hero Academia. That one gives you the Fujin, but this one gives us a cleric instead. So this is where it stacks a bunch of skill boost hastes.
Skill charge.
Skill charge.
Skill charge.
So that means every turn actually counts as 5 turns as long as you match Rainbow.
So it's essentially 6 if you can do it.
Yeah, so this is on a 6-turn cooldown for a 6x multiplier attack. It's
2 turns.
It's so, man, and a full cleric. This active is absolutely stacked, and you'll see this card on any team that's going to be abusing spinners or guaranteed rainbow boards. It's so strong. He himself is going to be hitting things so hard because he's got the 7C, he's got the 10C, and guard break is not insignificant. And you'll be proccing it, obviously, because you're hitting Rainbow. And they've been giving Rainbow a little bit of love, so I want to see how this card is going to get used. 6x attack, though. That is a huge damage amp. And what, it has a 30% uptime? This is fun. I don't know if it's good, but it's fun, right? Okay, his assist equip is bizarre.
I feel like it's slightly underwhelming.
If you make a heart row, you have this anti-spinner awake.
Yeah, this does get rid of spinners.
But then you can just run a toy dragon.
The active is so weird though, compared with the awakenings. It makes sense for his base, right? But it doesn't make sense for the assist equip. Those skill charge awakenings, you get a damage amp based off the skill charge awakenings.
Not many cards have a lot of skill charge to start off with.
Right. So you've got him.
Yeah. And then, like, I mean, I guess, like, if you had, like, New Year's Reach or something.
Yeah, you might have, like, one or two others. I don't think you're going to have a lot. I don't know what the multiplier is, though. What's the multiplier?
It's 30% per, so it's like Carrot Equip, but for skill charge. I thought it was skill boost, which I thought was, like, really cool, but then...
Lumon said this card is just YouTube content.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take some really low attack multiplier leaders into a dungeon and be successful just because this card hits so hard.
And the attacker killer on that equip just really competes with a lot of options.
Yeah, like Sarah, Kidna Sarah equip.
Yeah, Sarah equip. There's like a bunch of like different just attacker killer equips, and then there's Shiranaki, which is farmable. So.
Let's see. Oh,
an upcoming Light Miata, which is a triple cleric.
Oh, it's 30% per.
Yeah, 30% per. It's basically Carrot.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not Carrot, but
yeah. You won't be getting like 4 point something times multipliers with it, I feel.
Okay, Narcis comes with 2 skill boosts. Very interesting active skill. 9 turns of huge RCV. I love this card once it's transformed. This is an obvious Phillis sub.
Yeah.
The base color though.
Yep, the base color collides. They did. I don't know why they did that. It just seems so clunky of them.
Was their idea that if you don't roll a 7-star, you can pair like these 6 stars with them? Is that the idea? Like, I'm trying to like think what they could.
I mean, it does work. It does pair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them pair, so that's what I was like maybe thinking. But
it's the consolation prize.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you put this on the team, hazards are all covered. You got the jammer, you got the line, you
get a 2-turn time debuff and recovery debuff,
and it's a significant one. It's not like +1 second either. It's 2x
times.
Or 1.5.
And the unlock is nuts.
Oh wait, does it say 2? It says 1.5 on here for me.
Let's check.
Interesting.
It does say 1.5 in the app. It might be an error on PAD Protic. I trust the app more because every time I've need to look for a correction, the app has been correct. Regardless, 1.5 is still enough time for because you're getting 2. Phillis brings 2 seconds on each of her cards, and this is another 3 seconds, so that's 7 seconds total plus your natural 5. That's 12, and when you use your active on this card, you're going to jump up to 18 seconds.
And 20-second move time for most people is ridiculous, even if you're trying to do crosses.
Oh, I see the picture. It says 1.5 in Japanese. Or, well, really. It's just 1.5, so it's probably just a slight error on their part.
Soul Assist in chat pointed out the previous...
just like run a toy dragon.
Yeah, the toy dragon with the previous cards equip. Then
that's basically my whole tournament.
Yeah, just get rid of the spinners. They're gone.
I mean, the full effect.
Okay, the assist equip, again, is built for Phillis. It covers a lot of things. RCV, attack debuff, shield, and combo count all in one. This is a really stacked active. I think you might see this on lots of teams that need SBRs, because it also covers the short blind skyfall debuffs. This is a really good assist equip. I definitely want 2 of this guy so I can no guilt assist equip him.
I mean,
really good shield solution.
Yeah, if you had like 2 of this, and then you had a Phillis equip, then that would be all 5 that you need.
All right, or the one I've been excited for. We're to Muscles Mama.
Oh my gosh, yes.
She's.
Oh my gosh.
For some reason, when she transforms, a tiger just pops out of nowhere. Just
that's just a sculpture. That's just
just suddenly a tiger.
Paper mache.
This I like to think that this is Devil Mama A10.
Yeah.
Mrs. A10?
Yeah, this is Mrs. A10. So you've got like all the killers represented and double 10C. She is capping against anything that has 2 types.
And her leader skill adds 4 combos. So
I didn't even look at her leader skill yet. Let's take. Is this viable leader skill?
It's bonkers. So it's like the attack.
Wow.
It's 12 times attack, which isn't as much. But then her personal damage just replaces all of that.
Yeah, this is a fun leader skill. Like this is a really good like casual leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her active skill to me is, I'm gonna say it's actually quite good. Yeah, you chunk your own actives, but it is a 6-turn cooldown for a 2-turn damage void shield. So that means that you can actually use this to deal with super resolve spawns that have VDP, where a lot of things with the 1 turn, you're just like, oh, I'd love to bring it. Oh, 1 turn. Guess I can't use it because the spawn I have to kill is either too chunky to kill in 1 hit, or has super resolve, and it's impossible to kill in 1 hit. I mean, this is also just an excellent box cheerleader too, right?
Yeah.
This is waifu material that they definitely arted out a fetish here. For sure.
But the tiger coming out of nowhere just looks good. You know, it's like you could just put a tiger anywhere.
Suddenly tiger.
Yeah. It works. Oh, it
works. Intimidating.
Oh, I didn't even notice that her stats are very heavily weighted to HP because she has no RCV. So she's got a big HP stat too, which if you've been on my stream, you've been hearing me rant that a lot of these teams that you're trying to build, you're like, oh God, please don't have a high RCV. Please don't. I don't need it. Because you either dedicate your healer, you have like 1 good dedicated healer, or you're either buffing your RCV out the yin yang somehow, and you don't even want to waste RCV on anything. She's literally got 0, so no stats wasted. This card is all HP basically. And all right, her assist equip. I like it a lot.
2 turns of attribute or void.
Much longer cooldown, but I like the locks all orbs with it. This is really nice. This solves some problems on some dungeons.
Some spinner dungeons.
Mm-hmm. Spinners or like some kind of, yeah, mainly it's going to be spinners, right? Or if you have some other setup where you don't want orbs to get changed. Again, covers like, I think all these had 2 SBRs, so this is like the SBR assist equip collab.
Yeah, in a way.
A splash of an L is always nice because if you don't have one on your team, there's just some things you can't even deal with. There's a lot of floors that just say, hey, you've got 99 turns of lock Skyfall, get over it. All right, now we're to all the flasks. Are any of the flasks that you saw like super notable? The first one I've hit is notable because it's a perfect 15-15 board.
Hibiscus, yeah, red Manoa. I will definitely make a lot of that.
Yes, I'm going to make. Oh, Lumon's highly rating the flasks.
Yeah, so... I really enjoy a lot of the flasks that are being shown here.
I'm gonna make 5 of these, I think. So
yeah, I kind of made a whole list of what I wanted to make. I'm personally gonna make 6, but 5's
perfectly fine if you wanted like a whole team of it.
Oh, the blue flask is nuts too.
The blue flask. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
It's an inheritable blue board that is not Toshiro, finally, or Halloween Weld.
And not only that, it's
And it
got a
has
greater
over
than 50.
It's got triple rose.
45% increased damage.
The only caveat is like I feel like you could use it on an Awoken Machine Noah team, but it would mess up your HP slightly. But maybe Base Noah would get a lot more love out of it, or you could just use Yu-Gi-Oh or Neon as leads.
You could use a 1-turn suicide active paired with these two. It depends on
like cartridge perhaps.
Yeah.
Or like any thing that
I mean, you're gonna be dealing so much damage. It is a 20-turn cooldown though, so you do have to build for that, because anything you assisted on, it's gonna be.
Because you can assist on like anything, you just pack on SB. Like,
I mean, yeah, just throw a bunch of whale doors. The whale doors are gonna be hitting hard too.
Yeah. And if you wanted to reduce pings, you can inherit them on like Raziel's or something.
Okay, what's the skyfall rate on the light one? Is it insane?
It's 25%. So
wow, that's
so if I compare it with Swords of Revealing Light, it's Swords of Revealing Light, except you get another light orb enhance.
Yeah, but Swords of Revealing Light also delays.
But also, like, there aren't that many for OE, I guess.
Yeah, you're right, Lumon. And also, Swords of Revealing Light, I feel like it's just better.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I said I wasn't gonna make like more than like 2 if I really wanted the OE. But most people would probably be fine with 1.
Everybody, this is the next one. This is your chance to get a 3 effective skill boost equip.
Yeah,
you just get it. So if you're running your shelling forward anyway and delaying, then the board doesn't matter, right? And then you just never let this come up again. And it does provide a TPA. So it's not as good as a ribbon or a cloud like you'd get with Harvest Loot or Demon Blood's talismans, but this is also farmable, right?
Also looks like a farmable bicolor haste system. Since Christmas Sonia.
Yeah. This is excellent. An excellent assist equip. And yeah, bicolor haste system is very... This is a great one. And you know, finally we're starting to see those high-end triple effective skill boost assist equips are starting to get kind of lower value because they're easier to get to. All right, now we're
about Yusuke again.
Now we're into the evil ones. Did you guys not buy Talrens? I have 1 Talren. Did I? Maybe I traded one. That's Shaman King,
Talren.
Right?
It's in Bastion form.
I did get an Academy Loki.
Oh wait, Talren. I'm thinking of something else. Oh wait, no, I am thinking of that thing. Yeah.
All right. Wow. A devil and finally, a balance killer equip.
Like having a devil equip was great enough since we don't have magazine series at the moment, but then they added a balance killer to it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, everyone needs at least one of these. These are going to come up in farming builds eventually. This is 9x effective damage with no debuff to your attack.
For sure.
And it's got a farming usable active too. The 1-turn delay is significant. The damage amp is significant. I think this would have already been used in some of our previous builds that we've had in the past few months. Because this is like isn't this perfect for Rashana? Don't you get attack? Yeah, you get attack debuffed and spinnered and all that jazz. Yeah, this would have been good for Rashana builds. Again, I think a lot of these are going to be double killers with a lowered HP and lowered RCV.
Yeah, it's
this one though.
Large attack for. Oh my gosh! And then they paired the first farmable machine killer with the first farmable phys killer. That's not Sarah.
But that active skill, yikes. It's a low cooldown too.
Yeah, that's the huge payoff. That's unfortunately the huge payoff.
Alright, what's the Skyfall rate of this?
15%. But if you don't need the Skyfall, if you're running like no Skyfall leads for like, or running in a farming build, you won't need to worry about it. Especially if you're using like a transform lead that's
I'm not worried.
It's
not the poison orbs that are a problem. It's the not damage dealing orbs that are going to fill your board up, because more than 30% of your Skyfall is going to be poison and hearts. Right?
Yeah, I think it would probably just favor more towards farming setups.
Yeah.
If anything else. And you can just like have like whale, machine, or fizz equips.
Yeah, like as Lumen pointed, you have to build around this, and like these are, I imagine these are used in ranking tournaments relentlessly now, right? Covering 9x on something.
Oh, Tao John, yeah, I got like 5. I made sure to get 5 last time.
Fire and okay, this one seems less
that one
good.
Was a little I didn't really know how to feel about it.
It's got a suicide active,
kind of like Elmina, and then like cuts your HP and then like locks the Elmina board or Ilm board. My bad.
I do like the board change plus lock,
but then it's like, what's the reason of having for the follow-up attack awakening if you could just run Furaku Seal?
Yeah, does it have HP awakenings?
It has team HP.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
Yeah.
This one's strictly worse than the next one. Is strictly worse than Academy Amaterasu. It is a double food chain.
Depends on what you need, but if you're running like a water swipe team, this is fine. This will work just fine. But for most teams, you'd probably just want Tempest if you're making it fully vulnerable.
Oh yeah, I forget these are farmable. It is 3-team RCVs on a farmable with a good active.
Yeah, it competes with a lot of like Rem stuff, like Nakoja. There is Hermie equip. There's like you said, Amaterasu equip, which has an SB and it has an insane active skill for it.
Okay, so Pansy seems good. Is this a Nautilus equip?
It sort of reminded me of like a Nakoja farmable seal, but having the over 50 kind of helps in a way.
Yeah, but doesn't the light OEs translate to green OEs on a Nautilus team?
They do.
And this is your shield active, and it's like the amp is whatever, right? But it's a fairly low cooldown shield active, and it's just tons of OEs. I don't know if you have room for it though. Nautilus team building seems kind of tight, at least for SR3.
Yeah, because you do want to like pack hazards and then like build around, like not every equip will have full hazard equipment. But if you have everything covered, then it should be okay. I mean, we do have more options like Brute and like like to cover certain things.
Okay, Daffodil. I don't really understand what
Daffodil kind of
the low cooldown unlock rainbow by cart.
Yeah, there's also a Kaza. If you didn't manage to roll Kaza, this fuel would be somewhat of a replacement if you're trying to look for something that's close to it. But also the attack down.
Well, this would you definitely throw this on like
a recovery stick.
Yeah, recovery stick. And I guess it's the reason Luma just pointed out, the reason why I'm like looking at it confused. It doesn't make hearts.
And
it can overwrite hearts.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
I'd personally just use Ava Flute instead, but
It sounds kind of whale.
yeah.
Okay, Rafflesia.
Oh yes, yes, please.
Muscles Mama's bottle is
Yes,
amazingly good.
Please. It has a relatively short cooldown compared to Azura. Azura's 10 CD, but it's also farmable, which is like amazing. The only thing that might trip up some teams is that it locks darker heals, but if it's not a pressing issue, then
this is Mazan Stonks, right?
That's basically good.
This is just, you don't put it on Mazan because you lose your auto recovery. But man, this is definitely a Mazan based card. All right. So that covers everything you're gonna roll and farm past the secrets. So I don't think people care about spoilers in PAD, but if you do, this is where we're gonna start talking about the bosses that could show up. So spoilers, secret invades. Okay, so these guys actually look kind of okay for farmables. We're now entering the 3.4 effective HP for a farmable leader. A 20x attack with a 1 million auto Fua.
Yeah, the downside on that one is you have to match 3 wood combos. Which feels kind of Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's tied to the shield as well, right?
So every time you want to proc, it's all essentially Mikage, except like the damage is also tied to the combos.
Yeah, those skill ups.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
70 wasn't enough. Now we need 93.
93.
They just hate fun. They just hate fun, and they want us to suffer.
But playing the game is fun, Omss.
They want you to focus on the event, the entirety of the event.
They want you to enjoy their dungeon 93 times.
So much.
Per copy, in fact. Oh, actually, well, you can skill 2 at a time, I guess. But
hopefully you don't need more than 2. At least not this first time around. Maybe the next time around they'll do something like they did with Gore Chaos, where you want more than just 2 or 3. Yeah, and we're going to talk about the invade requirements as well. But it's actually an okay sub, and it has a useful active, arguably.
Kind of like Jera.
It chunks your own team's active skills, but that could actually be good and make some team building easier for like 3-player stuff, where you accidentally get overcharged because you're skill boosting so much for some other things.
And then there's Irene equip.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least it's not 99 turns. So this chunks your own skills for 3 turns, but gives you a double Fujin. There is another farmable that was similar to this that was in the Irene dungeon.
Oh, IB, yeah.
So, he does like the same thing, but it's only 1 turn for him. He chunks your team's skills by 2 turns, I think, and gives you a 1-turn Fujin. But I think it's a Fujin and attribute, where this is only Fujin.
Yeah, that's correct.
Evil Tree Spirit Nervok. He does deal giant damage to balanced attackers, and he does have a VDP option as a Super Awakening. His attack stat's really low, but I think the killers make up for it if you're using him in the right place. There's a purple one. Evil Sakura Spirit. Nerochem. Or Nerorchem? Are there any physical healer spawns?
That I can think of.
Like notable ones?
Typing is Yo-Yu.
Yeah,
What's attacker?
Yeah.
We're screwed.
Other than that, he's like the same setup. Like, I think even the same stats. His active, though, is attribute absorb for 3 turns instead. But everything else about him is exactly the same, just dark. And physical and healer instead.
Hmm.
How many of these are you going to farm, Iroh?
I'll let you know at the end of the event how many farmed. It also depends on because my list of bottles that I plan on making is like 34. I'll be in there for a while.
Wow, 34 bottles. I guess it adds up if you want sets of 6. Adds up really fast.
Yeah, you may have the
red and blue
my goal there, but
the red and blue is already 12, right? So we're gonna miss you, Iroh. See you in a month. And we thought P farming was crazy.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in September.
I never finished key farming. I gave up because of how painful it was.
And
I even made more keys this time around just to have like extraneous extreme use purposes.
I have exactly enough rainbow crystals to do the assist equips if I absolutely had to make them. I just could not be bothered to farm it anymore.
Don't worry, Michael. I have enough MP for it.
Well, and as if something we're all used to, there's like, you gotta have these teapots or flowering pot or watering cans. Yes. I'll get the word right. And you need a rainbow one that you probably can only get during the event.
Tell me how is that you need rainbow to evolve equips.
Give me your feelings on this particular game mechanic.
Which one?
The massive farming to make your assist equip, but you could only exchange for it during the event.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it really stirs me up inside.
The first time Key Heroes came around, I quit the game. Second time, I almost quit the game. Big fan of this kind of farming.
Yeah, every time it comes out, every time this mechanic gets introduced, you go enjoy your life and do things other than puzzle and dragons.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
okay. So we've reached the end of the article. Again, that was PAD Protic. They do great stuff. So go give their site some clicks. I think I use their article like every time because they already have everything like translated and put into a nice format. Hopefully I'll get some time to kind of do a write-up where we evaluate these cards in terms of what North America has available. That's dramatically different from what Japan has available at the moment because almost every team runs 2 to 3 Marvel cards. Sag. But yeah, let's talk about some of the team building involved. So, I did kind of start working on a Rosalyn team as soon as we realized that next month was probably going to be Faeries because of the way the monthlies lined up. And, if you're going to trade for a Rudra, it needs to be soon. That ends soon, right? On Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And arguably, I think Belial and Gung Ho Lakshmi are very viable subs for Rosalyn. Belial covers all your healing needs, very low cooldown, cleric active, and covers the dark attribute color as well. Now, so have you done any team building at all, Omss, for any of these cards coming out?
No, because for some reason I thought Terra would come first, so I haven't really thought about them yet.
That snuck up on us.
You got the
it makes sense with the monthlies, but
yeah, and this is me warning you guys that this isn't like the definitive Rosalyn team, but this covers everything. I obviously haven't play tested it, but we don't have June Bride yet, but I'm down for a woman with 6 arms or 8 arms. So she's not in North America yet, but she's
I was trying to figure out what that card
was.
Yeah.
She's the orb skin, right? This is obviously Rosalyn bait, like 100%. Like, look at the awakenings, look at the active skill. 3 turn cool. By the way, she's not a transform card.
Yeah, so she can have the double damage.
But not only that, she's got this active skill and she's not a transform card. 1.5 orb move time, 1.5 RCV, fully recovers unmatchable status on a 3-turn cooldown. And she's the orb skin, so easy. You don't even have to roll for her. So that's why I put her on the team. She's guaranteed once we do get June Bride.
You got 3 orb skins on the team. Yeah, Lakshmi got Belial, you got Trilo. Yeah.
Oh, this team only costs you $60.
Yes.
If you happen to roll a Rosalyn. You don't. To be fair, that's actually quite low if we think about what the average high-end team actually costs in rolls. December Bride incoming. Yeah. Frosty Bride.
Frost Bride.
She easily damage caps.
Frost Bride. Oh, crap.
So, this is the build that I'm kind of putting together for like SR3. I think obviously once June Bride comes around, maybe people won't be running SR3 as much. We'll be running and trying to get the rewards out of MD and then like the daily MD that comes in like 2.5 months or something.
I think also more expensive replacement for Magneto I've seen a lot of teams would be Red Cecilia.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously have to roll that.
Horus, both Horuses, New Year's Horus and Super Reincarnated Horus is a great sub on this team.
I was trying to see how Rainbow would fit, but I wasn't really...
No, actually, Rimu seems quite nice if you don't mind doing the VDP matches.
Yeah.
Covers time troll and completely covers spinner problems.
Oh, Tam Tam. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty nice.
So I have loved Gung Ho Lakshmi ever since she came out. I think she's just so cool. The like almost 100% uptime shield with 2 double 10C, and then you just throw the 4 red OEs on there, so she eases up team building if you're trying to hit that 100% Skyfall. No, Fang, I didn't send it to you yet. I'll send it to you before the end of tonight, but it's also like I have it up right now on this screen when I exit out of this. So this team building that I did actually utilizes Rose, even though we have red tacos. And you might think, oh, that sounds like, it sounds very contradictory, but it's not. The damage is absolutely obscene.
Well, when the leader makes 6 reds, you just have to have 4 reds on the board to activate both.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that just happened. I just hopped in here. We only have 5 reds. So we're in the simulator. We pop a Rosalyn, and let's do a heart TPA so we could kind of check out the healing. There. That's kind of an average board. Look at this damage. Like, that was with 11 red orbs. So, Gung Ho Lakshmi easily hits double cap.
Nice.
Trelo, who only has 777C, hits 3.34 billion. So with another red combo, that's double cap. And this is something you could do every turn without fail. Yeah. Like you need
I'd say that's decent.
4 red orbs on the board, and you're going to be just capping. I think when I did the calculation, if you have like 12 or less red orbs, it's better to do a row and combo. If you have more, then you could choose what you want to do. And if you're running Rudra, you don't really need to worry about VDP, especially if you're doing SR3 where there's only 2 VDP floors anyway. You could just one-shot Parvati, and with the Kyunse and Ryunse, or however you pronounce their names, the blue one, I'm pretty sure you could damage control because he's blue. And the red one, you can hit him twice really hard and then chip him the rest of the way if you don't somehow kill him. I think you could two-shot him. So this team seems really strong. You could actually, it actually has enough bulk that you could choose to bring the PAD Pass badge, which is not something you get to do often in SR3. You have a very reliable shield on Lakshmi, and then you have a even bigger shield that you need to survive Hexazeon. You got that 50% 5-turn shield sitting on your Belial. So, yeah, just crazy amount of HP. It's very easy to fit on Rose. You could fit on more OEs. You could fit on more tacos. The thing you just need to remember is that a lot of these cards are bindable. So, both your Rosalyns are bindable. Phillis, I've been having a harder time building for, and this is not something that I could even play with my box because I didn't trade for Iroh. I kind of regret it now because if I get Phillis, I'm gonna be sad.
Me in female form.
Iroh with an A. They never even connected in my mind.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't have this. I don't have Logia Cruise, so I'm kind of it's sad for SR3 team building. You think, oh, you got blue on the team? Wrong. Remember we talked about our new guy starts as a green sub attribute and switches to blue because it's gun troll.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and now I think you could maybe fix it by doing something other than Belial, but Belial's really good.
Yeah.
She covers a lot of issues.
The cost of an HP nuke? Yeah, that's great.
And if Pando were here, he would be really excited. I'm using Iroh, and I'm kind of using Isis, Academy Isis. Her assist equip is actually perfect for Shura 3 cross leads. This makes sure that you kill Grandis. Grandis is dead. Like, for a physical killer on any decent damage sub, and Grandis always dies. You never have to worry about one light cross, Grandis dies. So, this team has pretty insane damage too. And also, it's got 16.5 seconds. This is before the active. This is with PAD Pass badge. So it'd be, 13.5 seconds with an HP badge. But, you know, like one cross, we'll do one cross and one light combo. And you see Karen hits 2.8, multiply that times 3, damage cap. And look, both the Phyllises hit damage cap with one light cross. So, and that's automatic 7 combo if it mattered. She's not even combo based, right?
Right.
Man, I always regret not trading for these cards because Iroh is like the key to having the double damage latent on your team. Man, it's sad. I always regret it. I'm like, trade for it. The ones I trade for are the ones I kind of regret trading for, and then the ones I don't trade for are the ones I should have traded for. It always happens.
Well, it's hard to predict, and with how many cards there are.
All right, there's our follow-up attack. So 2 light crosses, and boom. Both Karen and Iroh hit double damage cap. Like, that's 14.69 billion damage. The only time that this is problematic, this damage number, is you actually die to Parvati with the 14.69 billion, because Parvati is 15 billion. So if you have to chip Parvati. That's the only problem with this team, how I have it built now. It doesn't have one. You use Rudra equip on Belial, and you basically I tested the damage out, and you have to chip Parvati first unless you get like an insane board, like 3 crosses. If you get 3 crosses, you can one-shot Parvati, easy. But otherwise, with Ryunsei and the dragons at the end, you know, the dragons are harmless actually, right? They're the easiest floor in the dungeon.
Assuming you kill them in 10 turns, but yeah.
Yeah, you have to kill them in 10 turns, but other than that, they're the most forgiving floor in the dungeon. They don't even care that you knock them down to resolve. So, look, we didn't even really try to combo. Watch this insane combo count. 25 combos. All right, so we hit for 15 billion. Yeah, everything capped except for Belial. Hey, if you want to farm Raziel, this is the time, right? Raziel Descended is easy peasy with Phillis.
Oh my gosh.
She even makes orbs for you. Yeah, so if we put the which one's the bigger dragon? The red one's the bigger dragon. So he's got 30 billion health. So the dragons I've calculated out as you need to hit them twice. And then you just chip them down after that. So we do 3 crosses, damage cap everything out. And look, actually if you have 3 crosses, you 2-shot him. So you actually do kill him within 1 Rudra active. With short 1 sub dealing damage.
Oh wait, you can't farm Raziel because you can't use actives.
Oh, you can't use actives. Never, you're right.
Or something like that.
Yeah. No, it's no actives. Wait.
Yeah, that's
no,
why,
no,
that's
it's no.
like trans.
Is it
That's
no
why
actives?
People
or
never
no
use
assists?
transforms.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. No actives. Which one is no assists? Vidar.
Vidar, yeah.
Yeah. I got confused. I thought it was Vidar was the no actives and Raziel's the no assists. Yeah, but yeah, you could actually 2-shot the dragons with this team. So this seems fine. Don't forget to follow up attack when it does matter. I'm sad I don't have Aroha or Lagiacruz. Both of those work really well in this team. And actually, if you run Lagiacruz, you don't have to run Belial, and you can actually run more damage subs. You might want to run a healer stick, I think, right? Doesn't she struggle to heal? If I remember correctly, she does not have a RCV multiplier.
I think that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, she's just got a 50% shield on 1.8 HP.
But with Belial covers here.
Yeah, that's exactly why I chose Belial to cover 2 colors, which Karen covers dark anyway. Are there any cross subs that we're missing? I don't think I saw. I think there were some equips we're missing. Some cross equips.
Yeah.
But there's always Kiri. But
yeah, but I think the best cross equip is herself. That's the only problem with the team as I have it built now. It's really well because it's her own equip. I think that it's her own equip that's equipped on her. So to run this team, you need to roll 2 Phillis, and then get another person who also rolled 2 Phillis. Also, I built this one to kind of have some tech built into it. Since we have access to the Vajrayska or Elvaj equip, can also use it to cancel out spinners potentially with Heart Rose.
Yeah,
because she makes lots of hearts, right? I think she does. Am I lose? Yes, she turns water to heal, so you can do your Heart Row, get rid of spinners, and I built it that way because it's really hard to do crosses with spinners.
yeah, I've had it. Yeah.
And
You locked port, I guess, but
And the reason why I asked if you team built Omss for this is I would have figured that you'd jump on the blue leader. You seem to be a big fan of blue. Because I started with Natsuru and couldn't really decide on anything, and so I couldn't even think of anything that would work for SR3 at the moment. If anyone has any resources of an SR3 team that's actually viable, but the team that I've built now is like super whale, has a lot of hard OEs, but still struggles to like consistently damage cap. So I don't know if there's something I'm missing. Maybe it should be a row-based team. Yeah. Blue Albrecht. We don't have Blue Albrecht yet.
Be soon.
But soon. And man, is he good. He's a full cleric on a 6-turn cooldown, and he provides RCV and damage.
And fingers for PSI.
Yup. And that beautiful, beautiful double 10C.
Oh yeah.
10C is so broken. Every other damage awakening just feels bad compared to 10C. Like, it used to be 10C was like niche, right? You're like, oh, okay, hopefully I can at least hit this every other board or something, right? Or I have to run 7x6. And now it's just like, every leader gives +2 to 3 combo. 10C is trivial. It's guaranteed on every board. The only time you see 10C being hard to hit is when you have a +2 combo pair, so +4 combo total, and trying to do VDP. Because you're not guaranteed a 10C board with VDP on 6x5 with only +4 combo. Shizumaru can't be the water fire. He could be the water green, right? Because he transforms from water green to water fire, I think. So yeah, he can't actually be run on this team. Am I wrong? He changes to water red, doesn't he?
Yeah. Water.
He starts water fire.
Green. No, water green to start.
Okay.
He's one of the ones to change. I hate that, by the way. I hate that. It's so obnoxious.
Yo, the Arduino, let's go.
No, he starts water fire. Yeah, he starts water fire.
No, it's water green start.
No, he starts water
fire.
Yeah, he starts water fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, he could be the water fire sub. That's right. That's true.
That's so weird. With the fire Skyfall, you think
he is a real. This card was made for, like, definitely made for Oak.
Yeah.
Did he come out before Oak in Japan? Did he? I think he did. Man, that's really troll. Because everyone's like, ugh, blue card that makes fire Skyfall? That seems bad. And then everyone's like, oh no, why did I not buy that orb skin? Yeah, Omss is like the Royal Oak Pro, and he's you're getting called out in chat.
Listen here, all right? I've never suggested that I'm good at this game, okay? All right?
My only problem with bringing Shizumaru to a Natsuru team is the fire Skyfall is really bad. Like, you don't want all those fire orbs. They don't do anything for you. Yeah, you're junking up your board. Now, if you're running Oak, you're like, yeah, fire orbs, bring it on. You can even splash some fire OEs on your team to give you more OEs. Because you actually can't generate blue OEs from blues with the Royal Oak team. But you could generate blue OEs from reds. Kicked out of Oak Gang. I want to join Oak Gang so bad. I was so salty when I rolled a Nautilus.
Oak is so... I love Oak. So
I've loved L's ever since Phillis. Phillis was like, this leader is so much fun. I just wish it wasn't impossible to hit 7C VDP with an L.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap up with what we need. How are we going to farm those farmables? Iroh. You said you had some builds, maybe even linked some videos.
I can sort of explain one pairing or a team that I found really like interesting was like you use Muzan and Muzan. It's kind of like farming like Iroh Chaos or like regular Iroh Chaos. So it's like you have Muzan. If Muzan's you need for the green invade, you need the green insect dragon and a Gigarock, and then you need the light insect dragon Pulse Needle.
Yeah, and guys, these are the insect dragons that you can get from some of the technical dungeons.
So if you did not take advantage of your zero stam,
I did not. I said I was going to, and I never did it. I was like, no,
I'm to either do it yourself or ask for a trade if anyone made any dupes of them. So you have Pulse Needle, you have Gigarock, and then the equips that you need include they're all the
negative stats. Yeah.
So you have bottled Dionea, which is 7374, and then you'll need 7375, which is the Aconite, and then 7376, which is the Amanita. And then so as long as you have those 5 cards that are fully awakened, you will encounter the green invade on the boss.
So this is going to take advantage of like heavy killer setups and gravities again, and Muzan's auto heal, right?
Yeah. And then you'll need those equips. You actually need Amanita twice for both invades, and then you need the other 2 insect dragons, which are Flamesicle.
Oh yeah, see, both use the mushroom.
Yeah, and then you need Dead Jumper.
Okay, so what's a substitute if you don't have your own Muzan? What's a substitute? Can you get away with like an Oquira?
You can use. I've seen a lot of builds use story mode Mei.
Oh, really?
And then even to deviate off of that, their builds pair with Mega Woken Matcha for the green invade, and then regular Killin for the dark invade. But I think both require a steady amount of matching.
All right, so they're just not as like 93 runs friendly.
I would feel so, yeah. And then both like all those variants, the sub in or inherit 2 Zeus Verse equips, or Zeus Verse. And the reason is because both invades have a 70% resolve or super resolve. So if you use a 30% gravity, let's say Hades, or in this case for the dark invade, it has damage absorb. So Akuma would be a great gravity for it.
Now, can you do a setup where you put the Akuma on a Muzan so people can get that access to that pretty easily?
Yes, that is also possible.
Oh my god, I keep going back and forth with my Akuma. It's costing so many resources.
And then Mei, and the reason why the Dark Invade, like there's a team with Mei and Killin, is because you utilize Killin's damage absorb void, and then you use the same 3 grabs. You can use like Hades, which is obviously like I think the shortest one, and then you use 2 verse to deal 70% true grab. And then I think especially for Muzan, you just like 1C your way to victory and haste up the grabs.
So we should start a channel in the Discord to drop some of these builds in, some links.
Yeah, I can provide some links for you right now, actually.
What do we call it? We have our malding ranking chat, and we had our malding
skill up chat.
we call it malding skill up chat. That's actually good. Malding skill up. We can go with that because I think we've all been tested by Gore Chaos and stuff, but I think this is going to be even more to the next level.
Now, did you have the Sky Azora link? I should direct you to, if not the dungeon itself, then the dungeon floors, and then you just pick the top one.
Now, you don't play on the Japanese server at all, right?
I don't.
I was wondering if the drop rates for the evolve materials are as bad in this in this one as they are in the Sin
I feel
Dragon's
like
Key Heroes.
the way that the drop rates have been going around, it's like would probably be like maybe 30% or maybe 50%, but I think in 3P a lot of the drop data now shows that it's like around 75%.
So it's going to be the same. Most 3P is going to be where it's at unless you're doing some kind of Aroa setup. And the entire time that you're farming your trees, you're going to get maybe like 2 rainbow watering cans just because it's 93.
It's all gonna amount
I don't
to,
think
like,
I got a single rainbow
amount.
crystal from doing 4 Gore Chaoses. I don't think I actually finished a single rainbow crystal.
Because you only get like a few amount of shards per run, and like you need 125 shards per rainbow crystal.
Yeah. So maybe you'll get a single rainbow watering can from all your runs. So the thing is that I think these are way more optional than Goreface and Gore Chaos. I think if it's farmable, everyone should at least get it, and if you absolutely have to, you could pee it later.
Yeah, just get one. You could probably just get one and then like rainbow pee it. Or something.
That's what I did with Gore Chaos. I just got it, and I have like 200 pies ready if I ever want to use it.
That's fair. That's a good way to approach it, because you could like while you're walking from class to class, if you're like in school or college or something, you could just button gung ho. Like you only have to pay attention. You could zero brains gung ho, and even if you don't button, you can just do, if you absolutely have nothing, you can do Hino on like the center one and still get okay drops. So it's way less intense than what you have to do to farm this Faeries event. However, I think once you have 2 on the team, you're basically getting 3 skill ups a run. It's more stamina efficient to do it this way. It definitely is more stamina efficient for Sin Dragon Key Heroes. You're technically getting 5 skill ups per run if you have the right team set up.
Actually, can't you also just use any tan you want?
Oh, actually, yeah. You don't even have to do dark, because these are
dark or wood. They have no.
They have no main. Yeah, that's true. You can use any.
So,
you can use
I
any
don't have to
tan.
use any of my darks.
Yeah, you can save your dark tans, which I am kind of low on because I used a good bit of them skilling up Gore Chaoses.
Yeah. The only